From not properly using firearms to horrible tattoo errors, here are 26 people who are clearly not doing it right. But first, thanks again guys for keeping up with all the great comments and for hitting the thumbs up button in our recent videos. Number 26. Cooking pasta. Pasta is one of the easiest things to cook, but some might possibly manage to fail. Either this person was trying out a new flame-boiled recipe that we're unaware of, or they just spontaneously combusted. We don't know the true answer, but at least you know that someday if you need a thing to burn at the campfire, pasta could do the trick. Number 25. Pilot distracted. Planes are known to fail quite often. The plane seatbelts usually seem useless until something like this happens on the runway. It's almost hard to call this one a fail since it didn't crash. The passengers must definitely be in an uncomfortable position right now. Somehow it managed to tip over and stay like that long enough for this photo to be taken. Number 24. Don't sit there. Everyone, the public entrance is finally open, and for a limited amount of time, admission is free. Be sure to get there too before it gets too overcrowded. Okay, this woman is really sitting in the wrong spot, isn't she? Number 23. Lost in translation. You probably don't want to use Google Translate in order to design your tattoos. When getting a tattoo, we might consider getting something mysterious that not too many people know the meaning of. Chinese character tattoos seem to be quite spiritual as well, mysterious, and display culture. Well, it turns out that 2 billion Chinese people will know exactly that that's not the case when they read out that this tattoo actually means chicken noodle soup. Number 22. Tank operator not doing it right. Tanks are known to drive through some crazy terrain, but this one here looked as if it had a rough day to say the least. They're designed to be fail-proof, but certainly, with humans operating them, they'll find a way to fail. It's possible this tank fell off a cliff, but anything is possible. Number 21. CrossFit Fail. We're pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to exercise. The CrossFit program is one of the more intense workout routines you may come across during your life while trying to get ripped. But it really looks like this lady didn't do something right, or maybe she is. In this case, it's unclear whether or not the pain was worth the gain. Number 20. Not how to use a plastic bag. There's almost too many cases of people not doing things right at Walmart, but this photo found with a plastic bag over her kid's face has to at least be on this list. Be sure to expect the unexpected when shopping at Walmart and expect other unsightly fails like this one here. Number 19. Babies in terror. Although the grandma on the photo appears to be happy, she's clearly not doing something right. Why is everyone screaming? It's common knowledge that babies like to cry, but it really seemed like a bad moment to take a photo. The adults in this photo look like they just kidnapped some babies and are about to eat them or something. The parents might want to look elsewhere for a new babysitter. Number 18. Who needs a booster seat? Someone get this kid off the roof of the car already. While sometimes we might leave a drink up there and forget about it, this isn't something you want to forget about. The owners of this Honda didn't have any extra space and thought maybe this one time she could just hang on for a minute. Number 17. Wedding dress fail. We don't think she's wearing that wedding dress properly, but we're not complaining. Bride made sure that everyone knew that the groom was marrying her for her massive intellect on her wedding day. This might be her big day, but the groom will have a few bigger things on his mind. Number 16. Beats on a budget. We all occasionally need to budget our finances better. When this kid couldn't afford a Beats by Dre headset, he decided to be a little bit more creative by taping a pair of speakers onto his head. It definitely beats having to spend a ridiculous amount of money on headphones. Once he starts saving his allowance, he may be able to afford some duct tape. 15. Bubblegum gone wrong. How many pieces of chewing gum need to be chewed in order to create this massive bubble? At first, it sounded like a good idea to see if he could beat the world record for the largest bubble blown, but he didn't think of the consequences. He managed to get himself into a really sticky situation once it popped. It looks like he blew the bubble properly, but just clearly got caught up in the moment. Number 14. Grammar is key. Never don't give up, that's what his parents probably told him. Apparently teachers aren't making it clear that double negatives don't work. When asked if he recalled anything from the night he got this tattoo, he replied, "I don't remember nothing." Number 13. Access denied. Hand monitoring devices on doors add a little extra security to vaults. It looks like no one will be able to rob this bank because the only person with a key actually has 6 fingers. And if anyone actually does rob this bank, be sure to look out for a six-finger criminal. Some high-tech security engineer clearly wasn't doing his job right, and now this door might be locked forever until they find a six-fingered circus worker. Number 12. Compass Fail. A lot of people these days don't seem to pay too much attention to geography, but it's much more important than you might think. It can even lead to fails like this one here. Every time you look at it, there seems to be another thing totally wrong. In case you didn't notice right away, that's okay. He's the one that will have to live the rest of his life with this horrible tattoo. East and west or north and south should be flipped around. Or it just depends which way you look at it. And it would make much more sense if the compass was pointing north. Just a suggestion. Number 11. Centaur Fail. The groom on the left side of the photo had no idea the entire time he was marrying a centaur until the last minute. She miraculously transformed and she asked the groom if he loved her no matter what she looked like. Okay, the truth is, it turned out to be a bride on horseback in case she needed a quick getaway. Number 10. Making tacos. We might assume that working at a fast food joint would be easy, but many people take their time to carefully craft your food. But with this person, not so much. While Taco Bell seems to come up with many different combinations with the same ingredients, they haven't tried adding paper in there just yet. Come on, seriously, you only had one job. No one ordered a Cool Ranch double-decker taco with the cardboard still on it. Were they even trying at all? Number 9. Nugget Fail. This time from a different fast food chain. We won't mention any names, but we know you're loving their fails. Sometimes math skills may be overlooked when getting a job at a fast food restaurant, but this box here counts out 11 nuggets on the 10-piece chicken nugget box. They don't need to hire any rocket scientist, but simple counting skills would be appreciated. Number 8. Pickles to the max. This is what happens at Subway when you ask them to put a little extra of your favorite fresh ingredient. Some people might get greedy and ask for extra guacamole at Chipotle, but be careful asking for extra pickles at this Subway restaurant. But don't be too picky because the word extra can be quite vague, and you might end up with pickle overload. Like you see in this photo. Number 7. Cheerleading Fail. So we all know that blonde cheerleaders didn't always do the best in class, but they usually found a way around it by having a nerdy kid help them cheat. Well, it seems to have caught up with her, and this cheerleader is going to be a tad embarrassed on Monday at school after everyone sees this photo. Number 6. Going for a swim. Driving can be a difficult task for some, but making a mistake can be quite costly. Not everyone is capable of making good decisions while they're driving, and that's not what the car dealer meant when he said the truck can go off-road. The guy in the photo must have forgotten that it was his boat he wanted to pull in the water and not his pickup truck. Simple mistakes like these, folks, is all it takes to total a car. Next time, he'll know for sure his car was supposed to be backed up. Number 5. Wet cement. This driver here looks like he just drove into some quicksand. Your driving school teacher probably forgot to mention that wet cement and cars don't really mix. Probably because he figured it was common sense not to drive over it, but hey, that's alright. It might cost you a car or two in order to learn your lesson. Good luck getting a mechanic to help you out with that one. Number 4. Parking pool. What would you do if you came home and found your car in a pool like this? Anyone who parks in a pool will most certainly have to get their car towed. It appears as though a house party got a little bit out of control and this car ended up in the family pool. It's gonna take a little bit more than just a fishing rod to get this one out. Number 3. Not tanning properly. Many people enjoy getting a fresh bronze tan in order to show off while at the pool. This swimmer, however, probably should have been wearing the right bathing suit before the swim meet. Looks like she was sporting the bikini look to get the tan she was looking for. We're sure it looks good in a bikini, but with that one piece, a little too much tan line is showing. Number 2. BMX Fail. There is no doubt that doing BMX tricks can be quite difficult, and we give this guy props for trying to pull off an insane stunt. However, it seems that something went wrong in midair, and he's got to be asking himself before he hits the concrete, what exactly didn't go right? He'll probably find out one way or another after he's not wearing his helmet and he wakes up inside an emergency room. And number 1. Bikes and guns. These two young female warriors were preparing for the zombie apocalypse and trying to figure out how to have one person power the bike while the other person shoots the rifle. This probably isn't the safest idea by a long shot, and we're assuming this ended up in a big epic crash right into the mud. At least one of the girls is behind the girl with the gun and not in the front, just in case something were to go down. Luckily, the apocalypse hasn't struck yet, or these two would be in serious trouble. Any suggestions on future videos? Leave us your idea in the comments section, and maybe we'll feature it in an upcoming video. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and be sure to hit that subscribe button for new videos every day.